Dis After Dark Podcast is sponsored by Unofficial.com, the home of Halloween Horror Nights news and rumors all year round. Find us on the web at www.hhnunofficial.com. So stop the fog machines and clear the cobwebs. It's time for another episode of the podcast that's nearly the same as all the others.
Welcome to Universal After Dark, a Universal podcast that's not the same as all the others.
Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Universal After Dark. I'm hosting this week, so it's going to be dead fun. Joining me tonight is my fellow Slytherin and bestie, Chris Ripley.
Hello.
Besties for life. And our Disney Marathon champ, Paul W.
Hello!
Yes, it's National Wine Day. You guys drinking wine?
Really?
Yeah. Twitter told me that it was. I don't know. They have a different day like every single day. But today apparently is National Wine Day.
Oh, wow. No, I'm drinking beer.
Samesies. I can't, I'm not even going to lie and say that I can handle wine because, I talk a good game about how much I can drink, but this tiny body can't handle wine. If I was drinking wine tonight, I'd be passed out. So I'm also drinking beer.
Yeah, but you manage them Corona Carita things, don't you?
I can handle them in moderation.
Yeah.
But that's what led me to, the bad night. So realistically, I need to just stick to beer all the time, and then I'm not so bad. Are you drinking wine, Paul?
I'm not. I've got to run 17 miles in the morning, so I'm not drinking anything.
Oh, boy.
17?
That's mental.
Yeah.
Why?
It's the last one. It's the last one of the training plan. I begin to taper after this. Thank God.
Oh my God.
When's your next, medal run? When's your next one?
4 weeks.
Oh, where's that?
Silverstone.
Don't you need a car for that one?
No, it is actually round the track.
Really?
Yeah. So.
How many miles?
13.1. It's a half.
A half. Wow.
Yeah. So.
Crikey.
So this is the last long run beforehand.
When's your next Disney run?
September.
At Paris?
Disneyland Paris. Yeah.
Ah.
Wow, what's the theme of this one?
They haven't said anything yet.
Oh,
so
really?
we're still waiting. Yeah, they've kind of taken bookings for people that want hotel rooms. But they've not taken any proper bookings yet for people that just want to run. So we don't know anything really about it, other than the fact that they've added a 10K now and a challenge. So there's now 3 races this year.
Wow.
See, what is it with these theme parks, with their special events? They take your money before they tell you what it is. It's like Halloween Horror Nights. We buy our tickets now.
Rubbish?
Exactly, but we don't know what houses they're going to be.
No. They could be absolute rubbish for all you know.
They could be. Could be like the Chuckle Brothers does Horror Nights or something.
That's quite scary, to be fair.
Would you still go, though, if the lineup was totally rubbish?
Oh, well.
Would you still go?
I think I'd have to, wouldn't I?
Well, you could lie. You could watch some YouTube videos.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's true. It's like the a lot of the runs. I mean, you can book them well in advance now.
Yeah, they've just moved it. That it's now nearly a year in advance.
Wow.
Mm.
They've just put on the marathon weekend. Have just gone on sale this weekend, and it's next January.
What?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So. Absolutely.
So are you going to keep running every single day up until each race?
I run 3 times a week at the moment. once the race is finished, I haven't got a training plan then until May. So I'll probably run a couple of times a week, but they won't be long runs until I have to start doing them again.
You're such a champ.
It's one of those things now. I've got in that path that I can't get out of it. And I've just got to keep going, otherwise it's just going to fall apart.
Are you doing the Jeff Galloway training plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's meant to be pretty good.
Yeah, I followed... he basically sets out a training plan for you where he tells you what you need to run every week.
Oh, wow.
He's Disney's official mascot, isn't he, for the runs?
Yeah. Former Olympic bronze medalist, I believe.
Mm.
So, yeah, but I followed the one to time improve this time, and to be fair, some of the runs have been extra long. I did 15 miles 2 weeks ago, and then it's 17 this week.
Oh,
so when's Universal going to start doing all these runs then?
I know, you'd think that they'd have them.
Yeah, the problem they have is that they don't own the roads.
No.
Right.
Which Disney do. Disney can close off roads whenever they want.
But what if you just did like a mini one around the hotels?
I think.
Well, they've done a few.
Yeah, they've done ones for staff, haven't they?
Yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me if they don't start doing some smaller ones. I know they used to do... I'm sure it used to be a half marathon on the backlot at Hollywood.
Wow.
Because of the size of the backlot, that they could actually fit in a half marathon around it. But that seems to have disappeared as well.
Yeah, it's too much filming going on, probably.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, let's get started with some news anyway. So, the first thing that I want to talk about is we've finally seen the Tapu Tapu bands for Volcano Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have.
What do you think of them?
They kind of look like mini smartwatches.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of look like really cheap smartwatches. Not in a bad way. They're obviously not going like an Apple Watch. They're pretty cute, I think, actually.
And they come with Tamagotchis, don't they?
That's what it looks like. That's literally what it looks like. It's like a rubber band with a really small screen in the middle. And at first, I was thinking, wow, they're going to spend so much money on these because they're going to give one to every single person that comes into the park and you're going to keep it. But apparently not. Apparently you have to give it back at the end of the day.
Oh, people are going to steal them, aren't they? Yeah,
well, they're going to steal them, and I'm kind of feeling a bit weird about having to wear this on my wrist when so many other people have worn it. Like, imagine sharing a magic band with, like, thousands of people.
Oh, it's like a bowling shoe.
Yeah. So this is making me feel a little bit uncomfortable, not going to lie.
And then people that pee in the pool as well.
Well, yeah, if you have Craig Lucas's band after he's peed in the pool, then that's not going to be a good time.
Especially if he's had a night at City Walk the night before.
Oh, God. Imagine.
Oh, I dread to think what he's going to be like on his own when he goes for Halloween Horror Nights.
I'm dead gutted that we're not going to be there at the same time now. I was dead angry. I was like, please just do it the week after. I'm not going to be your friend. And he's like, I literally can't. So
it's already a second trip of the year.
I know. He's just living the high life.
And Paris. Disneyland Paris this week.
I know. Yeah. He's just rolling in it.
These train drivers.
I know. I think we're in the wrong jobs.
We all need to become train drivers.
Clearly, that's what we need to do. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this wearing a band that someone else has worn before, really. But they come in 4 different colours. So you've got an orange, a yellow, a blue, and like a mint green type of colour. And they do look pretty fancy, and it is going to make people's lives easier because you're not going to have to wait in line. You're not going to have to carry your big rubber dinghies around everywhere with you. They're going to be worth it. And then they're going to have the interactive things in the caves when you're going through the lazy river. So I'm excited to see how they're going to work.
But do you get to pick which colour you want?
Well, that's it. Like, if you're wearing one that someone else has worn, and I'm guessing that they're going to be different sizes, are you going to be able to pick what colour you have?
Or they're just going to push them out in a tray like you're in jail. There you go. You have these ones under the door.
Or if they're like the 3D glasses, like you just have to stick your hand in and grab a pair.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope not. I was really hoping for, like, I'd pay a bit extra to have my own. Like a magic band.
So, will this be open in time for when you go in May?
No, it's going to open 2 weeks after well, no, it's about 10 days after I get home.
Oh.
So I'm pretty upset about that.
Well, maybe
and Avatar opens then as well.
Oh, crikey. But maybe they'll soft open. Both of them.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm really hoping for that. Because then at least I can wear a band before someone else has worn it.
Well, there's that as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I won't have to worry about people peeing in the pool.
Yeah, you'll probably find that if they're soft opening, they won't even have the bands. I can guarantee.
But that's what I'm excited about, though. Like, I'm excited to try that technology because I do feel like with all the tests that they're doing with Despicable Me and like the facial recognition that they've been testing at Cat in the Hat, I feel like this is going to be broadened and we'll see it in the parks as well.
Yeah, that's what I find a bit strange is that you're not able to keep that band. If they're going to expand it, it's a bit like, surely you'll just let people keep them. Maybe that'll come eventually somewhere down the line.
Maybe. But I do just find it strange that if they are going to have the option for it, we're not seeing it yet. But I stay off site at Disney, so when I get to Magic Kingdom on my first day, I pay the $12 or $18, whatever, for a magic band, and I would pay that at Volcano Bay. I did kind of expect that you'd need to pay for it, actually.
Yeah, certainly if you're staying off property.
Yeah.
I would imagine. But if you're on property, surely it'd be the same as Disney, that you get it as part of the package.
Yeah, it's really strange, I think. But I guess we'll just see when it happens. I guess. But I've been reading loads about Volcano Bay for the last couple of days. And it got me thinking when I saw a rumour about the ticket price for a single day. And it turned out that it wasn't a true rumour anyway. But the rumour was that it was going to be about $120 for a single day at Volcano Bay. And it had me thinking about, would people ever pay that much money to go to a water park? So I can't remember the last time that I went to a Disney water park. It was quite a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if a water park wasn't included in my ticket already, or I had to pay extra to be able to go, I don't think that I'd go to a water park.
Hmm.
And so
I'll put my hand up now and say I've never been to a water park.
Haven't
What?
ever, like not one.
No,
Ever.
no, I'm not saying I'm being healthy. I don't like water, and it's not that I can't swim or anything. It frightens me a little bit. I'll be honest. Yeah. I think it stemmed from the fact that I've worn glasses from a very young age.
Right.
And when I was younger, when I used to have to go swimming, obviously I couldn't see a thing. And I think that kind of put me off water full stop from a young age. So I'll say now I've never been to one, and I probably wouldn't pay extra to go to a water park.
Okay, but if you bought one of the bundle tickets, like what we get in the UK, and Volcano Bay was already included in it, would you go?
Possibly. If I was staying at Universal for a long period of time, I might go and kind of go in the lazy river and things like that, but that'd be about it. I certainly wouldn't pay extra.
Yeah, because this is the predicament that I'm in now, because I've got my annual pass, and when I was in the process of buying it, I was like, hey, is Volcano Bay going to be included in it or not? Because the price seems too low right now for Volcano Bay being included in it. And they said that they couldn't confirm whether it was included in it or not. So obviously not. But now I'm thinking, if I were to go to Volcano Bay, am I going to have to buy an upgrade? Or am I going to have to buy a separate ticket? Because as of right now, there's no option to buy just a separate ticket to Volcano Bay. It's just a 2-park, 2-day, 2-park, whatever day, 3-park, 3-day tickets.
I tell you what I do think. I think that their annual pass is an absolute bargain. That's for sure.
It is. Even if you're going one time from the UK, but you're going for more than 14 days, it works out cheaper to buy a ticket like that.
And
Just
you
buy
get
a
all the
seasonal
benefits.
Yeah.
All the benefits on top of it.
Exactly. It is such a bargain. When you compare it to the cost of a Disney annual pass as well. Mega bargain.
I don't know, to answer your question. Which level of membership did you get?
Seasonal. Because I didn't need any of the extra benefits that came with the others, because I can't use it for discount on the hotels because I've already booked my hotels in the UK.
Yeah.
And the pass isn't active until I first use it.
Okay.
So I wouldn't get that benefit until after.
I was thinking about buying the seasonal one because, like, the blackouts were like Christmas and Easter and things, which is like I never go during those dates anyway.
I can just imagine you going for Easter, Chris, to go and see the Easter Bunny.
Oh God, people would be worried, wouldn't they? They see me in the park at Easter, they'd be like, "What's going on?"
I know. Well, before I booked this May trip, I was going to go for Easter because my birthday is on Easter weekend. So I was going to go for Easter originally. I'm glad that I'm not now because I understand that it's going to be very busy. Very, very busy.
I think you might just have to buy a ticket and go if you really wanted to.
Yeah, like I'm guessing that they're probably just going to bring out an upgrade option for people that already have their annual pass, or they're going to say, okay, well, you can have, if they bring out maybe a 1-day ticket, you can have it for a little bit cheaper because you've got an annual pass, is what I'm assuming. But just nobody can answer my question right now.
But didn't they put the prices up in the last few days?
They have done.
So they've not mentioned it then?
No.
That's very weird.
So the ticket price increase was just like the general increases that they have every year, pretty much.
All right.
So it's gone up from, let me just see. 1-day, 1-park went up $5 to $110. And a park-to-park ticket went up to $165. But no mention of just singular day Volcano Bay.
Wow. That's weird. You think they would already be planning this, wouldn't you, by now?
Well, yeah. And there was no price increase to annual passes.
Oh.
So it just makes me wonder whether they're going to just be dead nice to us and just say, hey, you can go to Volcano Bay.
Yeah, well, if they've not up the prices of the annual pass, but they have done the day tickets, then they're sure to do an announcement soon, then I would have thought.
Surely. Sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like Ash isn't really into water parks, so she's going to buy an annual pass as well, just because we are going to be there for more than 14 days in September. But she said the other day that if Volcano Bay is not included, she wouldn't really be that bothered about giving it a miss.
Is she going with you in May? That's all I need to know.
I'm trying so hard. I was on the phone for like 2 hours yesterday, and I was like, please, please, please. And I was like, I'll help you to be able to come. Don't worry about it. I've already paid for the hotel, so you don't need to pay for that. And now our only hurdle is that she can't get those days off at work.
Oh.
I know. So I am trying really hard to get her to come.
Oh, what, is she a train driver?
Really he can get time off when he wants. Yeah.
But I'm desperate for her to come with me. We'd have such a fun time.
Well, I've already said to her on Twitter that, you know, you can't be expected to be on your own because we know what will happen.
I'll get banned from the park.
I am the Lizard Queen!
It's so me. I am Lisa Simpson. But I really, really hope that she comes with me. It would be so much fun. And I'm getting dead excited just thinking about her being able to come with me. So everyone needs to tweet her and pressure her into getting the time off.
We should do a vote or something. And
I think we've done enough votes about Ash already.
have we? Oh, yeah.
Oh, she was so angry about that. Everyone thought that she was a Ravenclaw / Slytherin. It was hilarious. Hilarious. But yeah, I hope that she can come with me. I don't know if she's going to be able to, but let's start the hashtag again. Get Ash to Orlando. Peer pressure. That's what I'm all about. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is the Cabana Bay expansion is going to be opening this year. So it's going to be, yeah, I know. Right, I've been looking at the pictures of it and thinking, yeah, 2018 all the way. But when I was doing a little bit of Googling yesterday, everywhere's like, yep, 2017. No dates for 2017. Just says 2017. But the towers are facing the Volcano Bay entrance. So surely it would have made sense for them to open before Volcano Bay opened. Because that's an extra 400 rooms.
Yeah. I was watching Ears to You.
Oh, I love
their
that.
vlog. They were staying at Cabana Bay in the last week or so. And they showed some of the building work. And I'm convinced that there's no way that's going to be ready by this year.
No, it looks so not ready. Like, honestly, this entire time I've just had in my head 2018. I've had that the Hotel Aventura and Cabana Bay expansion would both open in 2018. So when I've been reading 2017 all yesterday, I'm like, no, surely not.
Is it just rooms, or are they doing other stuff?
It's just rooms, so it's just the 2 towers.
All right.
But, like, it literally doesn't look like it's going to be done. But saying that, Sapphire Falls didn't look like it was going to be done.
No, that's true. I remember walking past that and it just looked like a concrete shell.
It wasn't done, was it?
Well, no. Like, there's still some bits that they were working on. But, I mean, from the outside, it looked pretty good, pretty done. But I thought the same a few days ago. I saw some aerial pictures of Volcano Bay. And, like, yeah, they've got the slides and they've got the volcano and blah, blah. But everything else just looks like a big pile of mud.
Have they managed to stop the slides leaking yet?
I don't think so, but I did see a picture of all the paint from the volcano had dripped down onto all the new slides that they just put up.
Oh,
and I
no.
was like, oh, no. So they'd covered it with, like, white tarps, but they've obviously slipped off, and the slides are just covered in this brown paint.
Oh, God.
You know, it wasn't a good time. But I don't know how they're going to have that done in 2 months. Because it's going to be like all the paving work, all of the little grassy areas. It just, none of it's done. Literally just slides and that's it. On the lazy river.
I think some of those slides aren't even new, are they? Some of them have been moved from Wet and Wild.
Yeah.
Really?
So if they can't get them to work, yeah.
Huh.
So if they can't get them to work, then they're in trouble.
But that's only been shut, isn't it? Like a couple of months?
Yeah, I think it's all gone.
Wow, that was quick.
The whole thing's flattened.
Yeah, I know that they were selling some of the things to other parks as well.
Universal doesn't mess about, do they?
They do not mess about one bit.
See, the thing is, interestingly, if you go back in time at Universal, they used to do what Disneyland in California used to do, or still does, where you've got your own on-site hotels, 3 number, and then you had your preferred hotels outside, and you could do bookings for Universal with these third-party hotels, and they was all on the I-4, all on the International Drive. But now Universal has built, and are still building, so many of their own hotels I suppose they don't have any more deals with those third-party hotels, do they?
I guess not. Because, I mean, now,
Some
before...
of them they do.
Well, they used to have one with, I think it's the Hampton.
Yeah.
That's just kind of across the road. I'm sure that used to be a partner hotel.
I
And
stayed at the
there's one.
Avanti the last time. That was a partner hotel.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's
I
quite
think-
far away from it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad though. It was only like a 10-minute bus ride, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
So,
But they must suffer in the long term if Universal keeps building all these hotels.
Yeah, because they've got, without Aventura, they've got like 3,600 rooms now. And that's a lot of rooms.
That is a lot of rooms. That's a lot of rooms.
So I feel like, and I'm noticing lately as well, a lot of people that would usually stay on iDrive are moving to staying on site.
Mm.
People that would always usually stay on iDrive,
But-
they're all moving over because there's not that much price difference.
But what's that doing to iDrive? I mean, I haven't been up there for ages. I mean, is it getting dead up there, or?
Well, there was a period where it was really dead. I think now that they've got more upscale restaurants and they've got the iDrive 360 and things like that, it's starting to get bigger again, more popular.
So
But
I think the last time I went up there, they had the Mikado Centre.
oh my god, remember Mikado? I was talking to one of my friends about this the other day and they were like, that didn't exist. And I was like, yes, it did. Yes, it did.
It was good though, wasn't it?
I liked Mikado.
I remember they had an English pub there, and we walked past it, and it said, "Tonight for one night only, cannon and ball." Now you wouldn't get that in any English pub, would you? Over here, but the English pub in the Mikado Centre had cannon and ball.
I loved Mikado.
They should bring it back.
you say that though, Chris. One of them actually owns a pub in Blackpool.
You're joking.
No, and
What?
my wife went in there not knowing, and he served them.
Was
He was in there serving
the little one or the tall one?
the tall one.
The tall one.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Hey, Dis After Dark listeners. I want to invite you all to join us over on ScareZone, Halloween Horror Nights podcast. ScareZone is a news, interview, history, and commentary podcast all about Universal's premier Halloween event. It's hosted by fans and experts like me, Logan Sekulow, former WWE superstar Scotty 2 Hottie, and Dis After Dark's own Chris Ripley. Subscribe however you get podcasts and head over to ScareZone.com for more information. We here at the show are proud supporters of Dis After Dark. And remember, keep your eyes closed and your ears open on ScareZone.
I don't know who that is, but speaking of like British pubs and stuff, have you been to the Irish pub that's on iDrive?
No.
I don't remember what it's called now.
Oh, I know. It's not the Tilted Kilt, is it?
No, not that one. It's not that fancy.
Oh, okay.
It's next to the alligator golf.
Yeah, I know where you mean, because I've played that golf.
Yeah, and there's like the picture of it is like a little fighting leprechaun.
Yeah.
We used to go there all the time when I was younger.
Is it still there?
People do yeah, it's still there. I went not last year, the year before.
The
we
Lucky
went to go-
Leprechaun.
I don't know. Really don't know what it's called.
That's what's coming up.
We should
The
go
Lucky
find it.
Leprechaun.
I think I'm gonna, because they do karaoke in there, and I'm all about doing karaoke right now.
Is the giant toy shop still there with the big piano?
No,
Oh,
that was at Point Orlando, wasn't it? Was it FAO Schwartz?
that's it.
Yeah, no, that's not there now.
I used to do the Tom Hanks thing, you know.
Yeah. I feel ya.
Yeah, I know.
No, that's gone now. Point Orlando it's not what it used to be. It's totally different now. If you went there, you'd be surprised at how different it is, I think.
Has it still got Hooters?
No, because it might do actually. It was upstairs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't think so, because now they've got a new Hooters that is... Do you know where Senor Frogs is?
No.
No, okay. It's a little bit further down from Wonderworks.
Oh, yeah.
They've got like a brand new Hooters. And they've got loads of good restaurants on iDrive now. Not saying that Hooters is a good restaurant, by the way.
Well, I've only ever been in there for research purposes only.
Clearly.
I live in the city, the only one in England. So.
You're joking.
Is
no,
there?
Nottingham's got a Hooters.
You're
yeah,
joking.
Right by the train station. No,
Why is the one in Nottingham and not one in London?
I haven't got a clue.
That's so random.
It's literally about maybe 10-minute walk away from the football ground, so it doesn't surprise me.
Wow. That's crazy. But yeah, iDrive is going back to being a little bit booming. But everybody does tend to be moving away from the iDrive hotels and moving to staying on site. If not on site at Universal, on site at Disney and staying at one of the All-Star resorts, because there really isn't that much difference in price.
Well, I know where I'd rather be.
Exactly. But the thing about Universal hotels is they give you such a good deal for staying longer. They give you an amazing deal. So if you're going to book for 1 week at Universal, you really may as well stay for 2 because the deals are that good. Whereas if you were just going for a week, it probably would be a little bit cheaper to stay on iDrive, but you're not going to get all the benefits.
No, that's right. I mean, even like that new roller coaster that's coming, I mean, that's going to attract people that like roller coasters, but then they may as well just book at Universal and walk down to it.
Exactly. Or get an Uber, because that's the in thing now.
Or Uber, yeah.
Yes.
Has anyone ever used Uber in Florida?
No, but
No.
I'm going to have to in May and September because I'm not driving.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to use them. I know that that Florida guy, Gary, used Uber a lot last year and it saved him so much money. I think he said it was about $14, something like that, to get to Disney.
Ah, so it'd be a lot cheaper to do that than get a hire car.
Yeah. Especially considering if you're staying at Sapphire Falls or Hard Rock or Portofino Bay, it's $22 a night to park at the hotel.
Ouch.
I know. So if you think you're saving money because you're staying at the hotel and you won't need to pay to park your car in the parking garage, you're not. So at the end of my stay, it's like, yeah, okay, it's $400 for your parking. And I'm like, oh, okay then.
They're talking about charges at Disney hotels as well, aren't they, for parking? For people that are staying on property, yeah. So if you're going for a meal, that you have to pay to park.
So if you are staying on site, do you have to pay to park your car at Disney?
No.
Don't think so, no.
Why do you have to pay at Universal then?
Well, in fairness, I think you do pay in nearly all hotels, apart from Disney.
What? That much a night, though?
Yeah, and the thing with Universal is that they're half owned, aren't they, by Lowe's?
Yeah, and you do at Lowe's, because I've stayed at other Lowe's around the country, and I've definitely had to pay for it.
Yeah.
What? Well, I think Cabana Bay Park and Garage is the cheapest one. I think that's $12. So that wasn't too bad, but when you add that up, plus the cost of your hire in the car, it is, and the amount of times that I'm going to be off-site, it was cheaper for me to just not get a car.
On the Universal Resort, the whole thing, is there anywhere on property that you can hire a car?
I don't know, I haven't looked into that.
Because, if you go to Disney, you can. If you go to Vegas, most of the hotels there always have a hire desk.
Yeah.
But didn't know if there was one.
No, the one plus point about Florida is they do send out buses, don't they, to pick people up?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're hiring a car, so it's not too bad. At least you don't have to mess around trying to get somewhere.
That's true. And I think that there's a car hire place on iDrive now as well.
Yeah.
So, if you decided halfway through your stay that you wanted one, it wouldn't be too hard to get one. But you've just got to weigh it up against how often you're going to be leaving. Like in May, I'm not going to Disney. So the amount of times that I'll be away from Universal, I just really don't need a car.
And I don't like Disney's hire car people.
Why?
Well, the company they use is Alamo, which is actually a very, very good company. But
we use Alamo.
Yeah, see, but at that Alamo, for some reason, I don't know if it's run by Disney or Disney's got, because they all have cast member badges on, but it's just run differently. I mean, for example, not last year, year before, I had a Ford Mustang, and I was down to pick it up at, say, I can't remember now, say 6 o'clock in the evening. Plane was slightly late, and we got Magical Express over, blah, blah, blah. Ended up being about, I don't know, 90 minutes late to pick my car up. Walked in there, and they went, "Oh, we give it to someone else."
What?
I'm like, well, you know, I'm an international guest. It's not like I'm going to cancel at the last minute. I'm going to be
and don't
turning
they
up.
track your flights as well?
Well, yeah, they have all the information. You have to give it to them.
Yeah.
And they went, "Well, we give it to someone else." I was like, "Well, what can you offer me then?" "Oh, well, we've got a
Ford
Chrysler."
Fiesta.
Yeah, we got a couple of Chryslers out the back. So no, I made them upgrade me for free, and I got a sportier Mustang, which sounded great. But then when I was realising I was doing like $100 in juice every week, it was.
Oh no.
So
We always want to hire a nice sporty car like that, but because we pick it up at the airport, and it's me and Ash with all of our millions of bags, and then our boyfriends, like, we're just not all going to fit in a tiny car.
No. We were offered at Alamo, can't remember when it was, but we were offered a Corvette
Oh.
for the same money as for slightly more money than a Ford Mustang, which aren't, I mean, they're not hugely expensive Ford Mustangs. But when we actually went to try and get in the damn thing, we had a case of luggage each, and not even one case would fit in the boot.
What?
So we couldn't even get it out of the garage. So yeah, I never did get the Corvette.
Oh no. But maybe me and Ash will just go to that one on iDrive and hire like the craziest car.
Well,
and just drive around for the day.
I was told at the Alamo desk in Orlando International, if you ring them 3 or 4 weeks before you fly and speak to the manager, he will hire you anything you want, obviously as long as you're going to pay for it.
Really?
So if you want a Dodge Viper or some kind of Hummer or something really special, they will get it for you.
What if I wanted like a crazy giant monster truck?
Well, maybe. I don't know.
They could go to Old Town and get one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You want to drive Robosaurus?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're like, "Hi, Alamo, you got Robosaurus in?" "Yeah, sound. Okay, I'll come and pick it up now."
Can you imagine? Yeah, it's in lot 12, row 3. Parking space.
Road 3 to 13, maybe.
Amazing. That'd be so funny. I hate hiring cars though. Like, I feel like that's the stressiest part of your holiday.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you're actually going to get until you get there.
True.
So they'll say, yeah, you can have like a Ford Escape or similar. And then you get there and there's just crap left.
What is the similar?
Yeah.
Safira.
Yeah. Yeah. So it stresses me out. We had to pay loads to upgrade last year.
I was also told, top tip for Orlando Airport, the further down the line, because they say you can go to row F and pick a vehicle, and you can like have a different colour, or they're all in your price bracket. But if you go down the line, the further you go down, the older they are.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you go at the top of the line, it might be like a bogey green colour that you don't like, but it's probably going to be the newest car they've got.
What?
It's a little top tip for you there.
Top tips from Chris. But let's move on to our actual topic for today. So, what I wanted to know from everyone was what their top 3 souvenirs at Universal, or their Universal specific things that they have to buy every time, are. So, which one of you guys wants to go first?
I'll go first.
I'm interested. Feels like.
Yeah, some of mine are really, really boring, but really practical. So the first one, I'm gonna go for lanyards.
Yes.
I always like to buy a good lanyard.
Good one.
And you know what? You need the lanyard now, because when you go on the Hulk, you have to use your ticket to open and close your locker.
Oh.
Yep.
So, I mean, you guys might be okay because you'll have pockets, but like if you're wearing a little dress, you don't have pockets. So, personally, I desperately needed a lanyard this year.
Yeah, Craig has that problem sometimes when he's wearing his dress.
Yeah, clearly.
I was going to say when he's got holes in his shorts.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's a good one, lanyards. I like that. So what's your next one?
My next one, do you know what? And this started when I first went to Hollywood. I always have to get a hoodie with, like the main logo.
Yeah.
Like they either come in grey or blue. And they've got like the main logo and then underneath it says Hollywood or Orlando underneath it. I always have to get one of them.
Oh.
I like that.
I'm still wearing them now. Even ones that I bought like 7-8 years ago from Hollywood.
They're pretty
still
good
got
quality though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they really do last.
I think all the clothes that Universal sell are really good quality, but last year they started selling leggings for girls. And one day it was really cold after the hurricane. So I went and spent $35 on this pair of leggings, and you could just see right through them. They're like the worst leggings ever. They're like tights. So that wasn't good quality clothing from Universal, but everything else is.
I remember my mum buying a Mac to go on a ride. I can't remember which ride it was, but I remember buying it. It was blue and gold. It had Universal Orlando written on it. It must have been before the millennium. And I still see her out wearing it, walking the dog.
Oh, that's so cute.
See,
I love that.
they last.
So they're very good. They are very good quality.
Yeah.
Right, and so for our other sponsor of the show, we have Wendy Prater at Magical Journeys Travel.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
The very beautiful looking Wendy Prater. Is she on your to-do list? Like if you meet her in real life, you're allowed to.
She's when you open the wallet.
Yeah.
She's the picture in my wallet.
I get you. But other than our lust for Wendy, her and her Magical Journeys are there to help you plan your next Disney vacation. So whether that's a Disney cruise or a trip to Disney World, Wendy can help you by getting your reservations at midnight, getting those all-important Be Our Guest dining reservations or meet and greets with Anna and Elsa. And I think if you quote this podcast, Craig, get a bit of a discount on your deposit, don't you?
Yeah, $25 off, yeah.
There you go. So, next time you want to book a holiday, give Wendy at Magical Journey Travels a little tinkle at wpmagicjourneys.com or on Twitter at wpmagicjourneys.
God bless Wendy and all that sail in it.
Hi, it's Nick here. I know you probably like listening to this podcast because I'm not normally on it, but here I am invading it anyway. I just wanted to give a shout out to the people that have so far sponsored us at patreon.com/Dis After Dark. So Stephen Lynn, Nidhi Prower and Dan Wells, thank you very much for your support. It's very appreciated. We have just got our badges made. So we now have Dis After Dark, Universal After Dark, and Pop After Dark badges. So we will be getting those out to you shortly. Also, there's a T-shirt that we are designing at the moment, which should be ready in a few weeks. So we'll get it sent over to you, Dan, when we've got that finished. And for anyone else that's interested in supporting the show and maybe getting some merchandise from the shows, please visit us at patreon.com/Dis After Dark. Now back to the podcast.
What's your last one?
My last one, it was a toss-up, and I think I'm going to go for a more general thing. Wands. Get an interactive wand.
I agree. That was going to be one of mine too.
We didn't get one the last time because Sam was only like 18 months old, but when we go back, he will be getting one this time. We sat and watched people use them while we were there, and it was like, next time we're coming, we're getting one of them.
They're amazing, and you get the little map with them if you get an interactive one, and you can spend hours going and doing all the interactive windows. And if anything happens to your wand, you can take it in, and they'll do a little pretend repair to it and just give you a new one.
Yeah.
They're so
They're very
so
good.
good to you. Yeah, whose wand would you get?
See, I'm a Gryffindor, so
Oh.
it'd be Harry.
Wrong answer.
So, yeah.
Yawn.
Yeah, see, I didn't think I was. I always thought I was a Hufflepuff.
Did you?
Yes, and then I got sorted, and I was a Gryffindor, and I was like, oh, okay. Completely wasn't what I was expecting at all.
Had to go burn them.
That's so funny. I love my wand. I got Voldemort's wand, obviously. And it's such a cool looking wand. And then when you get it out, all the kids are like, oh my god, she's got Voldemort's wand. I'm like, yeah, kids.
What do they call the people you can buy the wands off that do the little show?
I don't know. Ollivanders?
Ollivanders, that's it. I couldn't think of the name. Well, one of the Ollivanders workers that's been there for quite a long time he used to be the show director for Halloween Horror Nights.
Really?
Yeah, his name's Adrien Lepeltier.
Oh, him?
Yeah, I've interviewed him many, many times. He's an incredibly nice bloke. He's a fellow Brit, but he's lived in America for a very, very long time. 20, 30 years, I think. And, he works in Ollivanders.
What?
Hmm.
That's crazy. I'd love to work in Ollivanders.
Yeah.
I get dead agitated when I go in the room and I'm so excited thinking, oh my god, this one's going to pick me. And then it always picks a kid.
That's always
Even though I'm child's eyes, like, pick me.
You need to go in there when there's no kids.
I know. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create a huge scene outside so no one will go in. And then I'll just walk in by myself and I'll be like, you've got no choice now, you have to pick me.
No, you need to say, who was the actor that played the fat kid in Harry Potter?
Oh, and I'm meant to be meeting him later this year as well, and I can't remember his name.
Yeah, him.
Wait, the one that
Patrick
plays,
Troughton's grandson.
Who?
It's Patrick Troughton's grandson.
You're joking.
No.
What?
Is
Henry
he really?
Mellon. Harry Mellon.
Oh,
That's his name.
no, that wasn't the one I was thinking of.
No?
No, the one that was at the Harry Potter event back in January.
Neville Longbottom.
Yeah, him. Just say, look, there's Neville Longbottom French kissing his English girlfriend in the theme park. And they'll all run over there for that. And then you can just walk straight in and get your wand.
Yes. This is why you need to come in, May. You need to be my distraction.
Oh, yeah.
So I can get all the good stuff.
Yeah, it's going down.
Yes, I'm going to get this wand. But then they're always like, they make out like you're a good wizard. And there's all these good things in your wand because you're a good wizard. And I'd be like, mate, no. I'm bad. I need a bad person wand. Give me Bellatrix.
I wonder if they ever do a bad person wand show and then the kid gets really upset over it.
I know. I'd be like, okay, I'm not going to get mad if you tell me that I'm bad. So just give me the bad guy ones.
Or what if you get sorted and you're wearing like a Gryffindor shirt and it says you're a Hufflepuff?
I was literally thinking this the other day. I was watching loads of videos from the Harry Potter Expo that was on. I was watching people get sorted and they were wearing all the little outfits. And I was thinking, imagine if you sat there in full Gryffindor garb and then they're like, mate, you're a Hufflepuff.
I don't think they would, because they used to have an exhibition at the Warner Brothers studio in LA that had the sorting hat, and you used to sit there and they'd put it on, and basically they would take anything that people said to them. So Lisa literally, we were on honeymoon, and Lisa turned around to me and went, "You better not sort him into Slytherin." And of course, I was sorted into Slytherin.
Oh.
So they're fully aware of what people are wearing, and.
Well, what if you weren't wearing anything conspicuous, and inside you're like, "Yes, I am a true Ravenclaw," and then they're like, "Nope, Slytherin."
See, I remember. Have you ever done the Warner Brothers tour in Hollywood, Paul?
Yeah.
If you halfway towards the end of that tour, they do a bit where you go into this prop, like costume building.
Yeah.
And they got this upstairs with these really tight steps, and then they got all the Harry Potter stuff up there from the films. When I was there, they just started doing sorting. They had the hat there, and
that's where this was with Slytherin. It was It was on our honeymoon in
Is it-
LA.
Ah, right. Because I
Yeah.
remember being up there, looking at the exhibits. There's like the big spider and all these different things. And I
Yeah.
remember hearing this. I assume he must have been a dad of someone, and he'd just been sorted. And he literally, I was at the other end of the building. And he literally went, "I ain't no Hufflepuff."
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Imagine that. I did go to platform 9 3/4 at actual King's Cross in London, and you have to wait in line to get your pictures if you're running through the wall, and then they ask you which scarf you want and which wand you want. So I was there on a work trip, so I had like 10 minutes. So I was in line, and then I was like, yeah, no, I need the Slytherin scarf, I need the Voldemort wand. And then everyone in the queue was like, what? Slytherin? And I was like, guys, you're taking this so serious. Like, I'm just on a work break. It's fine.
Yeah. Serious.
Well, who gets so
fans.
angry? Like, chill. It's fine.
I didn't know you could buy stuff at the King's Cross.
Yeah, there's a shop there.
Oh, didn't know that.
So you go in line, you get your picture taken at the wall with the trolley, and then that leads you right into the shop. So they sell wands in there. They sell clothes. They sell books. They sell everything.
Oh, I didn't know there was a shop. I've seen the photo opportunity. I've walked past that a million times, but didn't know there was a shop.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool one too. It's just like the ones that are in Universal, really.
I've actually had business meetings in King's Cross and still never seen that.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, Chris.
I think it's run in conjunction with Warwick Davis. I think his autograph company has something to do with it.
Really?
Yeah, I think like you probably go in there and find that there's some Warwick Davis autographs in there as well for sale.
I thought you was going to say there was some Warwick Davises in there for sale.
Put him on the shelf and sell him. It'll be fine. No,
Oh, wow.
Warwick's a lovely guy. I've met him a couple of times.
I feel like he'd be the nicest guy in the entire world.
Who haven't you met, Paul?
I haven't met Daniel Radcliffe yet.
Paul's
Yet.
like the convention king. He's met everyone.
Why don't you go to see his play and then go around to the stage door afterwards?
I might do, but I think it'll be an absolute nightmare.
Yeah,
It was
probably.
the last time.
Are
I've
people
done a
still
couple.
really crazy about meeting him?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
really?
done a couple of stage doors, but it's not the easiest thing. You have to stand there for hours waiting for them.
So which 5 are on your list that you've never met?
For me, at
So Daniel
the
Radcliffe.
moment, Daniel Radcliffe's on there. Grant Gustin from Flash.
Okay.
David Boreanaz,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I haven't met him.
You've not
Rachel
met him?
still. No, I went to an event that he was at and I couldn't get a ticket to get an autograph from him.
Oh, bugger.
Clark Gregg
Don't know that one.
and
No.
Agent Coulson from
Oh,
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
yeah.
And probably again another Marvel one. Robert Downey Jr. would probably be there
Oh,
as
he'd
well.
be pretty cool.
I saw him in Dover when they were filming Age of Ultron.
Yeah, they filmed a bit of it. They're filming some of Infinity War in Scotland.
Road trip?
If we can find out where, they've not said yet. And it could well be that it's not the main cast. It could be, or it could be just one or two of them. Because I would imagine that stuff's possibly going to be something off-world.
Well, when it was at Dover, they had all the crew there setting up all the sets, all the props, all the lighting. They had all of the food trucks, all of the crew, all the security. Literally, the helicopter came in, Robert Downey Jr. and Captain America got out, went inside for a couple of hours, did their close-ups, got in the helicopter and flew back to London, I assume. That was literally
Doesn't
it.
surprise me.
You know, all the extras and all the body doubles just did everything else.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me in the slightest. In fact, Benedict Cumberbatch is hardly going to be in Infinity War. It's going to be a stunt double
Oh,
because he hasn't got time to film it.
no, he's a busy man.
So they're literally just going to do the close-ups of Benedict, and anything that's behind him or from a distance won't be Benedict.
That's so weird.
So,
I didn't like that last episode of Sherlock.
see, I didn't mind the last one. The middle one was a bit meh.
Hmm.
It was better than the guff that they produced the year before.
Yeah, they weren't much cop either.
So, but doesn't matter now. It's done, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're not going to do it anymore.
Okay, Chris, what's your 3 souvenirs?
Well, all 3 what Paul mentioned were on my list as well.
Oh,
But if you
Chris.
do it from a Halloween Horror Nights point of view, I always have to buy a T-shirt because my brother collects them.
Oh, really?
He doesn't even ask me for them. He just knows instinctively I will always buy him a T-shirt every time I go.
Oh, have you seen that guy that has like hundreds of them?
Yeah.
I think he's called Charles. Yeah.
Charles.
I'm actually sitting here wearing a Halloween Horror Night shirt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What
An
year?
Alice Cooper one from 2011 from Hollywood.
Oh.
Yes.
They're quite rare, those ones, I believe.
Yeah.
From what Charles has told me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I always buy a HHN lanyard
Yes.
because you have to. They're different, obviously, to the Orlando Day ones. I always make sure I get a handful of maps, but then you're not really buying those. And then in terms of souvenirs, I have been collecting those like Vinylmations, if you like, but the Halloween Horror Nights ones, they do one every year. Yeah, so I've got the Jack one from a few years. I've got the zombie. They've done like a Walking Dead one a couple of years running.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember what the one was last year though.
I don't know, but I know that they definitely had the zombie one again last year.
Oh, okay. They didn't do a chance one then, did they?
No. And then I'm sure that I've maybe seen a Chucky one.
Yes, I haven't got that
Maybe.
one, but they did do a Chucky one.
Yeah, I thought they did. I like them. I always think I'm going to collect them. But last year, my main goal was to get the Twisty pop vinyl.
Oh, yeah.
Never in stock, ever.
Oh.
So I didn't get it.
At Universal, it wasn't in stock.
Yeah, it wasn't in stock.
Oh, right.
And I don't want to just buy it off the internet because I wanted to buy it from Universal. So I was pretty sad. But they're pretty good souvenirs to pick. So mine, Paul already said Wand, but I'm going to say Wand anyway because I think everyone should definitely buy one. Even if you buy one between your whole entire family so you can all have a go of doing the interactive things.
Do different
100%.
groups, like different houses, do they do different things for the different ones, or they all do the same?
They all do the same.
Okay.
They all do the same. But you have a choice between buying a regular one and an interactive. Personally, I wouldn't bother buying a regular one because you're just going to take it home and you're not going to do anything with it. You might put it on display. But if you pay a little bit extra and get the interactive one, at least you can use it throughout the day. You can take it back with you when you go. And you can still put it on display if you want to. So I say Wand. Then I always need to get a Blinky Cup from Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes.
I still don't have my 25 one.
Oh.
I know. So if anyone sees any that are on eBay UK, not America, because it's more for shipping than it is for the actual cup,
Yeah.
then I'll buy it. Or if anyone has a spare one, I'll buy it from
Ask Logan. He always buys them.
you. Okay, I'm going to get Logan to put me in touch with his contacts or to sell me one of his. But I always have to get a Blinky Cup every other year except 25. And then I just put my cocktails in it through the year and pretend I'm at Halloween Horror Nights. But my third one is a pretty random one. And it's just something that I personally do every year. So if you watch my videos or you might see any pictures that I put up, I always wear a little evil eye bracelet. So an evil eye is like a little kind of amulet thing, and it's just an eye basically. But every year I buy the same bracelet because they're cheap and they don't last the year. From a little stand in Islands of Adventure, and I buy that every single year, and I just wear a new one every year. So that's my own little weird thing that I do every time.
Oh.
And it's strange, but that's just what I do. So they're my three. And obviously, if you're with Ash, you buy a Lord Lad donut, because that's her favourite thing. The big giant pink.
The big pink one.
sparkly Yeah, she loves that donut, so we buy that every year as well. But that's it for my souvenirs. Chris, you had some Halloween Horror Nights bits?
Yeah, well, I haven't really got much news because it's all very hush-hush at the moment. But I was speaking to a contact of mine who is in the know, but he told me that if I told you, they would know it would be me and I'd be sacked. So,
no.
So you can't get any closer to the action than that. But he did tell me, he did say, rest assured, this year will be another, top year. They're knocking it out the park again. How they keep topping it every single year, I don't know. But they managed to do it, don't they? So he said that. And I can't think of what else he said other than that. Being put on the spot. I had it already earlier.
Soz mate.
Yeah, no worries. So there's that. There's also plenty of rumours flying around.
Yes.
Because they released the second code name of Brains. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. As soon as they announced that code name, that's obviously the first thing that everybody thought. And I wrote an article back in January about some houses that I would love to see. And one of them was Return of the Living Dead, which I'm not 100% sure. I'm fairly certain that's where zombies first were seen in films to be addicted to eating brains. I could be wrong.
I think so, because whenever I'm tired and I'm sending someone a message telling them that I'm tired, I always use a GIF from Return of the Living Dead, and it's a zombie that says brains.
Yeah, it must be. Because that actual zombie, the Tar Man, was actually manufactured by Jim Henson's company. So there's a little kind of a Disney connection there. Yeah, so that's the house that I immediately thought of, and the reason why I wrote that article was because I knew that they had tried to bring that house to the event quite a few times, and then for whatever reason, I don't know, it never really made it. But do you think Brains is too obvious for that film to be the?
I feel like yeah, but then I also feel like maybe they're tricking us into thinking that that's too obvious.
It could be a double bluff.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Because I feel like it would be a very easy thing for them to do. Well, because they've done Walking Dead for so many years.
The thing is, in Hollywood, with John Murdy, he really teases the fans. And he sort of releases these code names in dribs and drabs and really winds up people with them. And sometimes they can be really weird and wonderful things. And I don't know necessarily whether those code names that he leaks to us via Twitter are actually what they use in Universal, just because they're so weird and wonderful. Whereas I know that for a fact that in Orlando, if they say it's a code name for a house, it is definitely the code name that they use operationally on a day-to-day basis to talk about the production of that house. So It makes sense in Orlando for them to choose stuff that they can tell anybody and they would go, oh yeah, it's that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Going off of past ones, like, I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Because we might not think that at first, but then once we're told where it is, we're like, oh yeah, obviously. But then with Hollywood ones, you're kind of like, what?
Yeah, they're all weird and wonderful. So I'm not 100% certain that he actually uses them. He's actually on our list this year to interview, so...
Oh my god, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, that's... and that was the other thing that I was going to say. I was going to plug ScareZone. That's the other thing. We've got an episode of ScareZone coming out in the coming week, so whenever this is released, it'll probably be released a few days later. And we have an interview with an actor who played an icon.
Oh, can you tell us which icon?
No, I'm not allowed, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm very excited.
But when this drops, if you go over and download ScareZone, you'll find out straight away.
You know what? The other day, I was driving home from Liverpool, and I was just re-listening to some podcasts, and I re-listened to the one that you did with, I forgot what his first name is, but his last name's Carr, and he did the ads, and he did the music videos for, like, Marilyn Manson and Korn and things like that. Yeah. That's one of my favourite episodes.
Oh, wow, thanks. That was only about 2 weeks ago, that one.
Yeah, I listened to that on my 15-mile run.
Oh, did you?
That was such a good episode.
Oh,
when you announced that episode, I was so excited because I love him. Like, I love the kind of music videos that he does is the kind of music that I'm into. So I already knew of him anyway, and I knew of him from the Halloween Horror Nights ads. But listening to the things that he said was amazing. Like, you guys have interviewed some really good people. Like, you've interviewed Chad from New Found Glory, and obviously he's my favourite person on earth. But I was just like, what? For the entire time that I was driving.
Can I tell you a secret about that episode?
Yeah.
Nobody knows this. Anyway, I've been speaking to Dean for quite a while because he's a wealth of knowledge about all of the commercials and the marketing side of things. So I've been interviewing him and chatting to him quite a long time. And I said to Logan, can we hook this up? He's quite busy, but he's got some time available. Can we do the show on this day? Because we usually have a routine, and it was out of sync. So Logan was like, yeah, definitely, we can sort that out. And that was also when he had just launched the BLT show that he's doing now, which is doing also really, really well in downloads and things. So Logan's got all that on the go, and then as well as that, he's in the process, I think he's probably done it by now, but he was in the process of moving studios. So he was having to do all that, and then he's got his Dick Van Dyke film that's just about to come out. So he's, you know what Logan's like, he's got his hands everywhere. He's, busy. Anyway, he got muddled up on the day of the show with some show notes for another guest who we got coming on. So he had prepped for this other guest who hasn't come on yet, and didn't realise we were talking to Dean until literally 2 minutes before we started to go on.
Oh no!
Yeah, so Logan was, but this is the professionalism of Logan. You know, I'll have a shout out to him because unless I tell you this now, you would never have known.
No.
And you could kind of, there's a little things like he's going, oh, and you did this, and you did this, and you did this. He's not reading off a script. He's literally Googling it at the same time.
Oh, wow.
He's been taking tips from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, he has got so much on the go, and it was just one of those things. And it was a really fun recording with Dean, and he is such a nice guy. But it was just one of these things where Logan, you know, just for once, because normally, you know, he's the one that has everything all sorted out weeks in advance. But he didn't make it sound like he had, was trying to catch up on the spot sort of thing.
No, he was very professional. And I feel like when I have my Kiss-themed wedding, if Dean Carr doesn't direct my wedding video, I'm just going to be so disappointed.
He probably would if you asked him.
I feel like I'm going to be like, mate, I'm having a Kiss-themed wedding. Don't know who I'm getting married to yet. I don't know when it's going to be, but please can you do the video?
He also is a huge Halloween Horror Nights fan and owns loads of original Halloween Horror Nights props.
Oh, wow.
And we've been offering on the site some Polaroids that he got.
Oh yeah, you've been doing the silent auctions, haven't you?
Yeah, so we're still getting bids in. I need to sort of end that now, really. But yeah, they're his, the Polaroids. He's got. I'll tell you where he's got a lot of props from was from the. I don't know if he directed it now off the top of my head. I think he did. Was the 2007 one where it was Freddy, Jason, and Leatherface.
Oh yeah.
He's got quite a lot of stuff from that shoot.
Wow.
So,
that would be really good.
And Bloody Mary, he's got quite a lot of stuff from that one as well.
I love Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Are they not allowed to do Bloody Mary anymore?
Isn't
there something to do with copywriting?
In a word, no. They probably could, but what they didn't realise was when they went ahead with the Bloody Mary thing, they didn't realise that you could actually copyright the use of urban legend names, I guess.
Right.
I mean, like the Loch Ness Monster. I mean, who would have thought that that's copyrighted? You know? So, but it, also being an American copyright as well, it was a lady who had her own range of horror makeup. She was a makeup artist specialising in horror films, and she owned the copyright for the Bloody Mary name and brand. So
that's so strange.
I know. It's just her range of stuff was called the Bloody Mary makeup range. I mean, I've never seen it for sale anywhere, but she owns the copyright on it.
No, but I did notice when Twister was still there and they had the Halloween Horror Nights stuff in the Twister shop.
Yeah.
There was a chalkboard on the wall.
Yeah.
That had some writing from obviously the Bloody Mary year, and they'd rubbed out the name Bloody Mary, but you could still kind of see it because it was chalk. And at the time, I was like, "That's weird." And then I remembered reading that they couldn't use it right now.
That's one of the things when I speak to them. That's one of the things they don't like to talk about. So I can only tell you what I've heard from people that were close to it when it happened, and sort of newspapers that covered the story as well. So I don't know much actually about what happened because nobody seems to want to talk about it. So
it's such a shame because I feel like Bloody Mary did really well.
It was a very popular year. I mean, there's lots of people who will still tell you. I think Logan as well, one of his favourite years was 2008. So, it's a shame, really, that she probably won't ever come back. I mean, I do think La Llorona, is that the one?
That was one of my favourite houses ever.
Yeah, I think that she pretty much has taken on what they wanted to do with Bloody Mary.
Yeah. Yeah. That was such a good house.
Yeah.
Really, really good. But considering we didn't really have that much to talk about, we still made a pretty long episode.
Yeah.
So I feel like we should wrap it up. But I just want to plug something that I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks. So anyone that follows me on Twitter or Chris on Twitter, see that we're being a little bit cray about ET right now.
Yes.
Like, we're all over ET. And part of that is because I've been invited onto another podcast called Theme Park Trader because they didn't believe that there was people in the world that love the ET ride. And clearly it's because they hadn't met me before.
Or their name's Paul Washington.
Yeah.
Craig's worse than I am.
No, Craig just goes along with it because then if I kick off about it, Craig's like, "Okay, Amanda, save ET." But then if someone else is like, "No, not ET," he's like, "Yeah, not ET, Amanda." So these guys have invited me on to debate about whether ET should stay or whether ET should go, and they're underestimating how much of a fight I'm going to put up against them wanting to get rid of ET.
Do you know?
I even last week got a whole entire group of Twitter users behind me. I had a whole ET team defending ET. So they have gravely underestimated how much I'm going to kick off about this.
Do you know, right? This is absolutely true. Since you did that, I get messages nearly every day from people that I don't know who they are. Some I do, but most of them I don't know who they are. And they message me going, "I saw on Twitter that ET may be going. Is this true?" So
literally,
generally people think ET is on the chopping block now.
Yeah, I got so many messages that day saying when we did that poll, I saw tweets from people like, "Oh, what's going on with ET? Is ET closing? I've been away from Twitter for one day and now ET is going and Wishes is going." And then people are messaging me like, "What's this? Not ET? What do you know?" And I was like, literally nothing. It's just a thing with our podcast, but ET is never going to go because I'm not going to let it.
It's when it started to trend locally. That's when we knew Universal might be pissed at what we were doing.
Hashtag Game of Thrones is the third gate.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But anyway, I'm going to go on there and I'm going to state a pretty good case about why ET should stay. So I'll let everyone know when that goes out. And I think we're going to have them guys on here as well to do something fun. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Also, we have badges now for our Patreons or patrons. I don't know whether Nick got to the bottom of whether they were called Patreons or patrons. But we've got badges now anyway. So if you want to donate to our Patreon page, you can do.
We are working on T-shirts as well.
Yes, so we'll have loads of fun stuff for everyone that donates to the cause because we do this just for your enjoyment and our enjoyment. We don't make any money out of it and we're not trying to make any money out of it. It's just to help us to carry on to do it because we need to pay to host it, basically. So all the info for that is going to be in the show notes.
Yep.
And I think that's it. Has anyone else got anything they want to say?
Yep, let's add in that the first official episode of Pop After Dark is now available.
Oh.
Oh.
It's now on
Official.
iTunes. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not in
what's it
beta
about?
anymore. I did listen to it. It was random jibber jabber as usual from Nick and Craig. It was about their top 5 or top 10 films of last year.
Oh.
Is it
I
on
feel like I
the?
should listen to that.
Is it on the Dis After Dark channel?
No, it's on its own now.
Oh right, it's got its own channel. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, anything else? No.
Nope. Listen to ScareZone.
Buy Chris's book.
This book.
Buy my books. Yeah, and the new one I'm working on at the moment.
Oh.
So yeah.
That's exciting.
Yep.
I'm excited. My bookcase is just going to be filled.
Yeah.
All that's in my bookcase literally is Chris Ripley books and a book about Cthulhu. By H.P. Lovecraft, that's it.
Oh, thank you, Amanda.
You're welcome. Gotta rep my bestie at all times.
Slithering for life.
Aw, yeah, bad boys. So, I've been Amanda, Chris has been Chris, Paul's been Paul, and we'll see you on next week's episode. Bye.
Hey.
This podcast is part of the After Dark Podcast Network.